So today I'd like to talk to you about constructive receipts and disbursements. So what is a constructive receipt and disbursement? Well, there may be situations where an entity enters into an arrangement in which the cash is received by or dispersed from another party on behalf of the entity. So even though in this situation there isn't a direct exchange of cash flows to and from the entity, the same economics here would apply. So because of this, you have to assume and think about the cash flows as if they are being received and dispersed by the entity directly. So this is really common in industries that have inventory financing arrangements, but it's also relevant to other industries. So for example, if you just think about a real common real estate transaction in which a company purchases real estate by taking out a mortgage with a third party bank. So in this case, at the closing of the transaction, the bank would send directly to an escrow account the monies associated with the mortgage, which is then sent to the seller. The cash here never gets deposited into the company's bank account, but rather it's paid directly from the bank to the seller as part of the overall closing process. So in this situation, the third-party bank is acting as the buyer's agent and it's transferring the proceeds of the mortgage directly to the seller on behalf of the buyer. But the substance of this transaction is that the buyer is receiving the proceeds as a part of the overall closing process. And so when it receives those proceeds, it would classify that cash receipt as a financing cash inflow. And then it would immediately disperse the cash as an investing cash outflow. So even though you may not have actual cash flows that are directly being exchanged, you may need to consider the concept of constructive receipts and disbursements.